Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you a question you probably haven't thought about in years. When was the last time you woke up in the morning, swung your legs out of bed, and knew, without a doubt, that your body was ready for anything? Not just awake, but alive. Steady energy, clear mind, that quiet confidence in your chest and down there that says, I'm still me. If it's been a while since you've felt that way, you're not alone. I've been a urologist for over a decade, and I've seen this same story play out in men from their early 50s to their late 70s. They think they're fine until one morning, something small changes. Their morning energy isn't quite there. Workouts feel heavier. The spark with their partner takes more effort, and they tell themselves, it's just aging. But here's the truth. Most of the time, it's not just aging. It's your circulation, your hormones, and your nighttime recovery quietly slipping out of balance long before your doctor ever runs a test. And the shocking part? The fix isn't always a pill or a procedure. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as what you drink before bed. I know, that sounds almost too simple. But over the years, I've watched this one small bedtime habit help men restore morning energy, boost performance, and even reignite that quiet sense of confidence they thought was gone for good. So tonight, I'm going to walk you through exactly what's in this drink, why it works with your body's natural biology after 50, and how to turn it into a nightly ritual that supports your vitality for years to come. But before we get to the recipe, you need to understand why it works. And that means looking at the first signs of how a man's circulation and recovery change after 50. Nighttime recovery, the secret window most men waste. Most men think of nighttime as simply the hours between going to bed and waking up, a passive stretch where nothing much happens. But biologically, nighttime is one of the most powerful windows for transformation your body has. While you sleep, your systems aren't shutting down. They're going into deep maintenance mode. Your blood vessels are repairing microscopic damage from the day, your hormones are recalibrating, and your brain is clearing out waste products that build up during waking hours. For men over 50, this window is even more important because the processes that keep your blood flowing, your muscles strong, and your sexual health vibrant are already under more strain. Sleep is when testosterone pulses at its highest levels, when nitric oxide pathways reset, and when your cardiovascular system gets a chance to function without the constant demands of movement, stress, and digestion. If that window is wasted, if you go to bed dehydrated, inflamed from processed food, stressed from a late night work email, or wired from a screen, your body spends the night fighting uphill, and the recovery you need simply doesn't happen. I've seen this play out countless times in my practice. Take Martin, 63, who came in complaining about low energy and flagging performance. His diet was decent, his exercise was okay, but he was sabotaging himself every night with alcohol, heavy meals, and late-night TV. We didn't overhaul his life. Instead, we made his evenings a recovery zone. Lighter dinners, hydration, a nutrient-rich drink before bed, and 20 minutes of wind down time without screens. Within weeks, his mornings felt different, lighter, sharper, more ready in every sense of the word. The lesson here is that nighttime recovery isn't just sleep. It's what you do in the 2 to 3 hours before bed that determines the quality of repair your body can achieve. Treat that time as sacred, and it will pay you back with better blood flow, steadier hormones, and stronger vitality in the morning. And one of the easiest ways to unlock that power is with a simple, intentional bedtime drink. One that feeds your blood vessels, calms inflammation, and sets the stage for deep recovery. That's exactly what we'll break down next, ingredient by ingredient. The circulation vitality connection. If there's one thing I wish every man over 50 understood, it's this. Your vitality is only as strong as your circulation. You can have good testosterone levels, a clean bill of health from your doctor, even a solid exercise routine. But if blood isn't moving freely to every corner of your body, your energy, performance, and overall sense of well-being will take a hit. Circulation is the delivery system for your body's fuel. It carries oxygen to your muscles so they can stay strong, nutrients to your organs so they can function efficiently, and hormones to the tissues where they do their work. When that flow is robust, you feel it. A natural readiness in your body, quicker recovery after exertion, sharper focus, and yes, stronger performance in your most intimate moments. But when blood flow slows, everything feels muted. I had a patient, Robert, 66, who described it perfectly. "Doc, I'm not sick, I'm just running at half speed." We ran tests, and sure enough, his arteries were stiffer than they should be, limiting nutrient delivery. He didn't need a miracle. He needed better blood flow. Within weeks of targeted changes, he was walking faster, sleeping deeper, and feeling more present with his wife. Here's the takeaway. Blood flow is the bridge between your body's potential and your lived experience of vitality. And the good news is, circulation can be improved at any age. The walls of your blood vessels are dynamic. They can become more flexible and responsive when given the right signals, both from the foods you eat and the way you move your body. That's why focusing on circulation isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about upgrading your everyday quality of life. Once you see your blood flow as the master key to energy, performance, and confidence, you stop looking for quick fixes and start building habits that support that flow every single day. And one of the simplest, most effective ways to do that is by feeding your body the nutrients it needs to naturally open up those vessels and keep them flexible. That's where our bedtime drink and its carefully chosen ingredients comes into play, which we'll explore in detail next. The bedtime drink. Ingredients, science, and why it works. Now that you understand why circulation is so deeply tied to your vitality, let's break down the exact bedtime drink we've been talking about, and more importantly, why it works so well for men over 50. It's not magic, and it's not hype. It's a blend designed to support your body's natural nighttime recovery systems using 3 simple, accessible ingredients: warm water, pure pomegranate juice, and fresh ginger. Each plays a unique role in supporting blood flow, hormone balance, and restorative sleep. Let's start with pomegranate juice. This isn't just a sweet fruit drink. It's a concentrated source of polyphenols, plant compounds that help repair and relax the inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium. Imagine your blood vessels as flexible pipes. When the inner lining is smooth and healthy, blood glides through effortlessly, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every organ. Pomegranate polyphenols also reduce oxidative stress, a major culprit behind arterial stiffness as we age. In several studies, daily pomegranate juice has been linked to improved circulation, lower blood pressure, and better endothelial function. Next, ginger. Most people think of ginger for its digestive or anti-nausea benefits, but it's also a quiet circulation hero. Ginger naturally stimulates your body's production of nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. This is the same pathway that many performance-enhancing medications target, but ginger does it gently, in sync with your body's own rhythm. On top of that, it has anti-inflammatory compounds called gingerols that reduce low-grade inflammation, a hidden enemy of both heart health and sexual performance. And then there's warm water, perhaps the most underestimated part of the recipe. Warmth itself encourages vasodilation, slightly widening your blood vessels and making it easier for nutrients to be absorbed and delivered. It also helps prime your digestive system and signals your nervous system to shift into rest and digest mode, setting the stage for deeper, more restorative sleep. Think of it as starting the delivery truck's engine before loading the cargo. It ensures the pomegranate and ginger get where they need to go faster and more efficiently. The beauty of this drink is in its timing. By having it before bed, you're giving your body circulation-supporting compounds right before your peak recovery hours. That means they're working while your arteries are naturally more relaxed, your hormone pulses are rebalancing, and your tissues are repairing. Over time, this nightly ritual helps you wake with steadier energy, stronger responsiveness, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body is still capable and well cared for. Now that you know what's in the glass and why it works, let's talk about how to prepare it perfectly. and how to make it a nightly habit you'll actually look forward to. The ritual effect: why consistency beats intensity. When it comes to improving your health, especially circulation, energy, and vitality after 50, most men make one of two mistakes. They either go all in for a week with extreme changes, only to burn out, or they dabble inconsistently and never see results. The truth? Your body doesn't respond to short bursts of effort nearly as well as it responds to steady, repeated signals over time. That's the power of ritual. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't scrub for an hour once a month. You brush for 2 minutes, twice a day, every day. It's the repetition that keeps your teeth healthy, not the intensity. Your circulation and recovery work the same way. Every time you perform your bedtime drink ritual, you're reinforcing a healthy biological pattern. Hydrate, relax, nourish, and prepare for repair. These signals, sent night after night, compound in a way that one-off efforts never could. I've seen this firsthand with my patients. One man, Paul, 66, was skeptical at first. He told me, "Doc, I'll try it for a week, but I doubt it'll do much." The first week, nothing dramatic happened. But by week 3, he noticed fewer nighttime bathroom trips and more energy in the mornings. By week 6, he said his workouts felt easier, and his wife commented on a change in his overall mood. The drink itself wasn't magic. It was the fact that he did it every night without fail, sending his body the same supportive message again and again. Consistency also turns a healthy habit into something bigger, a mental and emotional anchor. The bedtime ritual isn't just about what's in the cup. It's about the mindset it creates. Each night as you prepare it, you're taking a few minutes to slow down, breathe, and focus on your well-being. Over time, this can reduce stress hormones, improve sleep quality, and make it easier to choose other healthy habits during the day. The beauty of ritual is that it works even when you don't feel it working. You might not notice big changes from one day to the next, but just like compound interest in a bank account, the benefits stack quietly until one day you realize you feel better, stronger, and more confident than you have in years. That's why, when it comes to building vitality after 50, I always tell my patients, small steps, done daily, are worth more than giant leaps done once in a while. And now that you understand why consistency is king, let's look at the specific ways you can turn this drink from a good idea into a non-negotiable part of your nightly routine. Common mistakes that kill nighttime recovery. Even the best bedtime drink or healthiest evening habit can be undone by a few simple and surprisingly common mistakes. These are the habits that quietly sabotage your body's ability to repair itself overnight, leaving you waking up groggy, inflamed, and far from your full potential. The good news? Once you know them, they're easy to avoid. Mistake number 1, eating heavy, late dinners. That steak and potatoes feast at 9 p.m. might feel satisfying, but it forces your digestive system to work overtime when it should be resting. Instead of focusing on repair, your body diverts energy to breaking down food. I had a patient, Jim, 64, who loved his late-night meals. When he shifted dinner 2 hours earlier and kept it lighter, grilled fish and vegetables, he noticed deeper sleep and fewer nighttime wake-ups within a week. Mistake number 2, alcohol as a sleep aid. A nightcap might make you feel drowsy, but alcohol disrupts your sleep cycles, especially REM sleep, the stage where much of your hormonal and tissue repair happens. Plus, it dehydrates you, which is the enemy of healthy circulation. If you enjoy a drink, have it with dinner and cut it off at least 3 hours before bed. Mistake number 3, screen time right before sleep. Scrolling your phone or watching TV in bed blasts your eyes with blue light, which tells your brain to stay awake. This delays melatonin release, making it harder to fall into restorative sleep. One of my patients replaced his bedtime phone habit with reading a paperback for 15 minutes, and his sleep quality skyrocketed. Mistake number 4, going to bed dehydrated. If you skip hydration in the evening out of fear of bathroom trips, you're actually setting yourself up for thicker blood and poorer circulation at night. The trick is to hydrate earlier in the evening and use your bedtime drink as a targeted boost without overloading your bladder. Mistake number 5, overthinking or bringing stress to bed. Lying down and mentally replaying the day's problems is a recipe for stress hormones to stay elevated. High cortisol at night not only keeps you awake, but also interferes with testosterone production and nitric oxide release. A short breathing exercise or gentle stretch before your drink can help shift you into rest mode. The lesson here is simple. Recovery is fragile. You can have the right nutrients, the right drink, and the best intentions, but if you combine them with habits that work against your biology, you're slowing yourself down. Remove these roadblocks, and suddenly, the same healthy routines start working twice as hard for you. Now, let's put it all together into a simple, repeatable plan that will turn your evenings into a true engine for circulation, hormone health, and morning energy. That's where the 14-day Nighttime Vitality Challenge comes in. Real-world stories and the 4-week Night Vitality Challenge. I've been in urology long enough to know that men don't just want theories, they want proof. They want to hear about real guys in real situations who made real changes and saw results they could feel. That's why I want to share a few stories from men who've used this exact nighttime routine, combining the bedtime drink with a few small lifestyle shifts, and turned their nights into their body's secret weapon. Case 1. Bill, 67. Bill came to me frustrated. "Doc, I'm sleeping 8 hours but still waking up tired." His blood work showed early signs of circulatory slowdown and mild testosterone decline. I had him start the pomegranate ginger warm water drink, cut off heavy meals by 7 p.m., and take a slow 15-minute walk after dinner. 4 weeks later, Bill said, "It's like someone flipped a switch. I wake up ready to go, and my wife says she notices the difference too." Case 2. Marcus, 61. Marcus had no trouble falling asleep, but he woke up multiple times at night. He thought it was just age. We adjusted his hydration pattern, added the bedtime drink, and replaced his pre-bed TV habit with 10 minutes of stretching. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime bathroom trips dropped by half, and he told me, "I didn't realize how much better life feels when you actually sleep through the night." Case 3. Alan, 70. Alan's main concern was intimacy. Things weren't responding like they used to. We focused on improving blood flow during the night by combining the drink with gentle breathing exercises before bed. By the end of the month, Alan reported stronger morning energy, better mood, and a return of that spark I thought was gone for good. Now I want to give you a 4-week Night Vitality Challenge so you can experience your own transformation. This isn't about perfection, it's about small, consistent steps that compound over time. Week 1. Foundation. Make the bedtime drink every night. Eat your last full meal at least 2 hours before bed. Take a 10 to 15 minute slow walk after dinner. Week 2. Recovery boost. Keep the week 1 habits. Add 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching or deep breathing before bed. Reduce late-night screen time. Switch to reading or quiet music. Week 3. Circulation upgrade. Maintain previous habits. Add 1 extra nitrate-rich food, beets, leafy greens, during the day. Hydrate intentionally. Last big glass of water 1 to 2 hours before bed. Week 4. Lock it in. Keep all habits in place. Observe changes, morning energy, mood, intimacy, recovery speed. Celebrate small wins, and commit to keeping the routine alive. At the end of these 4 weeks, you won't just feel better, you'll understand what real nighttime recovery can do for your end. Your best years can still be ahead of you if you decide to invest in them now. Closing inspiration. Your best years can still be ahead. Men, I want you to pause for a moment and think about the stories you've been telling yourself about aging. Somewhere along the way, society planted the idea that once you hit a certain number, 50, 60, 70, you're supposed to expect less from your body, from your energy, from your life. That slowing down is normal, that losing your drive is just the way it goes. I'm here to tell you, that is not the truth. Your body is not a machine with an expiration date. It is a living, adaptable, remarkable system that responds to how you treat it today, not just how you treated it in the past. Every night you give it what it needs. Every walk you take, every small, consistent choice to care for yourself. These are votes for the man you want to be tomorrow. And the best part? It's never too late to start casting those votes. I've seen men in their late 70s with sharper minds, stronger bodies, and more vibrant relationships than they had 20 years earlier. Not because they found a miracle cure, but because they refused to accept the idea that their best days were behind them. They invested in themselves daily. They chose to nourish, to move, to rest with intention. And in doing so, they reclaimed a level of vitality that most people think is gone for good. Here's the truth. Your health, your circulation, your energy, they are not in fate's hands. They are in yours. The bedtime drink, the nightly walk, the deep breathing. They might seem small, but together they become the rhythm of a man who is still in the game, still building his strength, still ready for the next chapter. So, tonight, as you stand in your kitchen warming the water, pouring that ruby red pomegranate juice, slicing that fragrant piece of ginger, let it be more than just a drink. Let it be a reminder that you are not done, that your body is still capable, that your best years can still be ahead, if you choose to make them so. Because tomorrow morning, when you wake with more clarity, more energy, and that quiet signal of healthy blood flow, you'll know. You didn't just hope for a better future. You built it, one night at a time.